Hi, this is Aviva. You're on to Viva's Canadian Journey. Thank you so much for watching. Recently, a lot of people have reached out to me to ask me to do a comparison between the UK and Canada. This is because I spent a couple of years in the UK, so a number of people want me to tell them the differences between these two countries and offer my recommendation which country they should consider going to. So I'm going to be discussing that today using my own experiences and my own examples. So let's get started. So if you've been following Viva's Canadian Journey, you would have realized that I did spend close to 10 years in the UK. I mentioned this in my early videos. I went there for my pre-university, then my bachelor's. I worked for a bit, did my master's, worked, then went back to Nigeria before relocating to Canada in 2019. While I was in the UK, I spent a couple of years in London, in England, then moved to Scotland. So I believe I have, some ground when it comes to doing the comparison. We've been in Canada for close to 2 years. So I believe I'm kind of in the best, position to do this comparison. Okay, now, I believe that one of the reasons why a number of people have been asking me about this is because just recently, the UK reintroduced the post-study work permit for international graduates. What this permit is that it allows international graduates who have met some certain criteria, who finish study in the United Kingdom. The 2-year post-study work permit allows them to work and live in the UK legally for 2 years after their study. So a number of people, especially international graduates that are thinking of leaving their home countries and studying abroad in Canada, the US, or the UK, are now considering the UK, which is, understandable. You have the 2 years post-study work permit. Okay, so people ask me. Now, the truth is, Canada also, has the opportunity for the postgraduate work permit. What this is, similar to the post-study work permit, is when an international graduate finishes studying, a course that's over 8 months. You meet the criteria, you can apply and get the postgraduate work permit, which is sort of an open work permit that lets you stay in Canada legally and you can work or you can start a business. Okay. The difference between the Canada and UK one is that the postgraduate work permit in Canada, the length of the work permit depends on the duration of your studies. So if your studies was for about 8 months, your postgraduate work permit will be less. If you came to Canada for a master's or a PhD, you would most likely get a 3-year work permit. So 3 years still, higher than 2 years. Anyways, so I believe that's one of the reasons people have been asking this question. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down. Now, before I do that, to help validate my point, the point I'm trying to make, let me share a story with you. True life story, my story. A couple of years ago, I finished secondary school in Nigeria, started A-levels in Lagos. By the time A-levels was coming to an end, my classmates and I already knew where we wanted to go study, which courses we wanted to study. So there was about 15 of us in the class. 3 of the 15 already knew they wanted to go to the States. Maybe they had siblings or families there, but they knew they wanted to go to America. There was one girl in particular, she wanted to go to Canada. And for the life of me, I could not understand why she wanted to go to Canada. This was 2003, 2004. And it's like, Canada, where is that? Why on earth does anybody want to go to Canada? Anyway, and the 11 of us in the class, yay, all going to the UK. Okay, now fast forward a couple of years later, we're done with school, we've worked. The ones in the US are still there, they're citizens, working, doing good. The one girl that came to Canada, she's in Alberta, she's now a Canadian citizen. Now, 11 of us that went to the UK, 10 of us went back to our home country, Nigeria. Because after studying in the UK, paying international fees, working, for a couple of years, there was no pathway, to stay in the UK legally. So we went back to our home country. Only one person remained. This person studied medicine. As we know, UK, needs doctors. So it was easy for, her to stay there, keep getting work permit. And she just recently, after 15, 16 years, got her British passport. But the rest of us, the, 11 of us or 10 of us, we had to go back home. Now, what am I trying to say? If this is you and you're thinking Canada or UK, please be smart and choose Canada. I'm just going to be really, really upfront with you. Yes, the UK is now doing, the 2-year post-study work permit. So when you finish school, you can work for 2 years. Now, the question I tell everyone that asks me this question is, what happens after the 2 years? You might think 2 years is a long time, but it's not. 24 months, they just come and go like that. I used the post-study work permit back then. 24 months just goes. So ask yourself, what next after the 2 years? What is going to happen after the 2 years? Is there a pathway in the UK for immigrants to stay legally after they study, after their 2 years post-study work permit? Be thinking 5 years ahead. Don't just think 2 years ahead. I know I sound like a motivational speaker right now, but that's the truth. That's what I tell people. Think what's going to happen when you're done. Why not consider a country that is very, very immigrant friendly? Right now, Canada is the most immigrant friendly country in the world. Majority of provinces in Canada have international graduate streams. So when you're done studying, there are streams available to use. You meet the criteria, there's, follow due process, and you work for your permits or you become a permanent resident. But those streams are available. That is what I tell people. Consider the country that is welcoming, that after the 2 years work permit, what are you going to be saying? Are you going to be saying, oops, I have to go back home, or oops, my time here is done? Or are you going to consider the country that has international graduate streams, that becoming a resident, a legal resident in that country is made, sort of straightforward? That's what I tell people to ask themselves. Okay, so if you're in these shoes, you're thinking, oh, I want to go study abroad, I can afford it, UK v Canada. There's no comparison. Choose Canada. Somebody might be thinking, but the UK is, the educational system in the UK is one of the best in the world. Yes, if you Google educational system, top countries with the best educational system, you have the US, UK, but Canada is not far behind. Number 4, 5, or number 6 will be Canada. But if you Google most friendly, immigrant-friendly country in the world, Canada is going to be number 1. And for me, that should be your yardstick. Now, beyond education, okay, a few people have asked about, standard of living. In my opinion, I think the standard of living in Canada is top-notch. I'm not saying Canada is the most perfect country in the world, no. I live in Nova Scotia. I've said this before, standard of living here is good. Doing a comparison, I lived in London, I lived in Aberdeen in Scotland, I'm here in Nova Scotia. For me, there's no difference. And one of the things I tell people is that as an immigrant, when you're going to a country that is not yours, you're moving from your country, relocating to a brand new country. One of the things that really scares a lot of people is, settling in the country, being welcomed in the new country. For me, having lived in the UK and having lived in Canada, I can tell you hands down, Canada is more welcoming. Yes, I'm coming to a place where the people, the culture is different from me. Majority of the people, the skin color is different from mine. I mean, I'm an immigrant here. However, you want to be somewhere that is welcoming. Yes, they know you're immigrants, but you're welcomed. I didn't feel the welcome I get here in Nova Scotia. I didn't feel it in the UK, and that is just the truth. I'm just trying to be really honest. So come somewhere that is welcoming. Somewhere I was listening to, I think it was a motivational speaker a couple of days ago, and the person said, go to where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated. Come to Canada. I'm not saying there's no racism or there's no problems here, but I believe you're going to feel more welcome here. And right now, Canada is one of the most diverse countries in the world. So you're going to meet people you're definitely going to meet people from your home country wherever you are. You could be in the North Pole. You come here, you're going to find at least one person from the North Pole. I kid you not. Okay. So for me, again, I'm going to say there's no comparison. You're a student. You're still thinking and deciding. Choose Canada. If you're thinking of relocating to another country, choose Canada. And until next time, take care. Hi, my name is Habiba.